So in this segment, I'm going to talk about placing microphones on a guitar cabinet using a method that I kind of call the pink noise method. I didn't invent this method. Actually, I heard about it from a really good engineer in Ireland called Michael Richards from Track Mix Studio. He very kindly posted about it on the internet. I don't know if he invented it, but for those of you that haven't mic'd up a cabinet before, just some very rough basics. We're not going to look too much at the tone or any aspect of this apart from the mic placement. Generally, the closer you place a microphone to the center of the cone, the brighter the sound you're going to get, and the further off to the side, the more dark it's going to get until it's a very kind of muffled sound. When you are placing a microphone on a cab, it's very normal to aim for somewhere around where the central part, the dust cap, meets the cone. And as a general rule, you can pretty much eyeball that and get something that's going to be good. But this technique allows you to really hone in on the perfect spot where you've got the brightness of the cap plus the fullness of the cone and none of the harshness that comes if you get really close up on the cap. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run some pink noise through the cab really quietly, and I'm going to just listen to that on my headphones and move the microphones around. Basically what I'm going to be aiming for is to find the area. I'm going to start in the middle and kind of scan out to the side, and I'm going to find the point where the brightness is just starting to roll off, and that's probably going to be the sweet spot right there. So let's get stuck into it. All right, so I'm going to start with the SM57, and I'm just going to look at it and find the point where it's brightest. You can probably hear already that there's now like some very strong kind of hissing frequencies coming from the speaker there. I've got the microphone right up on the cabinet, and what I'm going to do is just gradually move it out to one side and listen to what happens as I do that. So hopefully what you can hear there is it's gone from being very bright and hissy to very dark. That's as I've kind of scanned from the cone, from the cap over to the cone. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to try and find the position where it's kind of got both characters happening at the same time. Right around there is sounding good to me. Now what's going to happen is if I pull the mic away from the cab, we're going to get a reduction in the amount of low end and the amount of fullness to the sound. I'll demonstrate what that sounds like, but generally for metal usage, I'm going to keep the mic very close up on the cone. Also, as you back up with the microphone, you're going to find that you start to hear both components of the sound combining more. That can be really cool for some uses. Again, I'm just going to try and find a really, really great direct sound by being close up on the cab. Cool. Right, so the next stage is I'm going to add a second mic to this. We're going to use a Sennheiser 421. This is a very common combination to use for distorted guitars. And what I'm going to have Alex, our engineer, do is flip the polarity on this microphone. And I'm going to use the pink noise to try and find the perfect spot where the two microphones are going to be in phase. What I'm going to listen for is maximum cancellation. Hopefully you'll find there's going to be a point where the two mics really are kind of fighting each other and it goes very, very quiet. Let's see what happens. So I'd say right around there is giving us a pretty good cancellation. I'm just going to check where we're at kind of across the cone. Cool. So to me, we're getting really good cancellation at that spot. Can you just flip the polarity on the 421 now, and let's see. We should find we get a very full sound coming back at us. There we go. Cool. Next step, let's see what this actually sounds like with a guitar signal going through it. Cool, so here we're going to listen to the SM57 on its own first. Can you now solo the 421? Now can you give me a 50-50 blend of the two? Let's see what happens. Maybe bring down the 421 just a little bit in the blend. Sounds pretty good to me. Cool.